Hey y'all, and welcome back to the party. It's me, your girl BrittReacts, and today we are reacting to Bill Burr's single parent. It's in all caps. Is not hard. Let's see what he has to say. Sorry if that was loud, but I mean it was in all caps. What do you want from me? I just must read the way it is written. Thank you.
Hey, what's going on? It's Bill Burr, and it's time for the Thursday afternoon just before Friday, Monday morning podcast, and I'm just checking in on you. Seeing how you're doing, seeing how your week's going, getting adjusted, trying to get comfortable here on the bed. Okay, here we go. All right. Hi there.
Hi.
That's how this one starts. Starts off nice enough. Hi there. I've been a fan for a while. You seem to have a unique take on things. Look at this, huh? Pat me on the head. Let me sniff her hand, making me nice and fucking relax.
Okay.
I loved your bit about the muffins and the mass vehicular murder. So there you go. She just showed how her sense of humor spans the globe.
What?
Whether I'm attacking food or actually running over human beings on the sidewalk, she finds it all funny.
Okay, Bill.
Though, and here's the rub, though, as a stay-at-home mom, I now completely despise you. I did this bit about being a stay-at-home mom. So anyway,
was it the or one of the first reactions I did to Bill Burr, and people kind of ripped me a new one because I felt like Bill was, I don't know, I felt like there was a way that he was saying he understood how hard it was because he kept comparing it to like really hard jobs. I don't know, whatever, neither here nor there. I know what we're talking about now. I'm like, what? Why could she be mad at him? I do know women were up in arms about this.
The hardest part about being a stay-at-home mom is being disrespected by everyone.
Okay.
I now hope the worst for you. Despite what funny acts you may think up in the future, you are a jerk and deserve the worst that life has to offer.
Oh my gosh. He thinks it's so funny. Lord.
He
doesn't care.
I don't understand. Like, this is the classic fucking person where everything is funny until it comes around to some shit in her life, and I make some fun of some shit that she's doing, being a stay-at-home mom.
And then it's like, you take it so personally. These are the type of people I feel like just shouldn't, like, don't watch comedy because you don't know what they're going to say. But if you are, I don't know. I just feel like even I am no longer a single parent, but I was a single parent for 7.5 years. And even if I listened to that then, whether I agree with it or not, I just wouldn't be so angry to then write him and wish him not well. People get so upset enough to take time out of your day to write a letter and wish someone unwell.
Shit in her life, and I make some fun of some shit that she's doing, being a stay-at-home mom, and now all of a sudden she goes from being a fan of mine to now I am a jerk and deserve the worst that life has to offer.
That's what she said, yeah.
That's a fucking hardcore, that you deserve the worst that life has to offer. So what, I'm going to get leprosy and be constipated all at the same time and fucking survive a plane crash, but not in a good way? You know?
Oh, gosh.
Anyways, I don't fucking know. Really? You're going to take it to that level?
Yeah,
so I
you
wrote
upset
her back.
her.
I said,
he wrote her back.
Sweetheart, Oprah Winfrey called your job the toughest job on the planet on national television and got an applause break of approval. How much more respect do you need? I think that's a great point. If I can step outside the email, break the fucking fourth wall. Is that what it is? The third wall? I never knew what the fuck it was.
Fourth. You're right. You're right, Bill. Fourth.
Oprah Winfrey's on TV saying you have the toughest job on the planet and everybody...
I love that he wrote her back because I think 9 times out of 10 when people write to celebrities, they never think they're going to get a response back. That's why they talk so recklessly and just spew awfulness. It's because they think they can. Like, oh, they're not going to respond. Oh, they're never going to. And it's just like, no, I'm actually a human being. I actually have the time. And you wrote into my podcast. Here you go. I'm going to air you out. Good for him.
But he claps. All right? Did she say being a stand-up comedian is the toughest job on the planet? You think you know what it's like to be fucking disrespected, you apron-wearing, sheltered son of a bitch? Huh? You want to talk about being disrespected? Look at fucking comedians. Anytime they show a comedian in a movie, is it a Chris Rock level comic? It never is. It's the fucking hack with the lampshade on his head going waka waka. Right?
Waka, waka.
Didn't the fucking comedian get shot in his gut during Scarface?
Yikes.
Huh? Did a fucking stay-at-home mom get shot in the fucking stomach with that Mr. Potato Head mask on her face during that show? No. You know why? Because she was at home taking care of the fucking kids. Jesus Christ. I'm just going to read the rest of this email. That didn't even fucking make sense. It started off funny, and then it just went right off the rails.
Yeah.
Like a Prius that you can't fucking stop. Anyways, she says, so I wrote, how much more respect do you need? And then I said, meanwhile, there are children working in sweatshops. Would you rather be a stay-at-home mom or an 8-year-old sewing Adidas together for 16 hours a day? I came up with another great example that I wish I had used on TV. How about you work on one of those fucking oil rigs, like those poor bastards who work for BP? Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the fucking thing explodes. You're standing on a metal structure in the middle of the goddamn ocean, and next thing you know, it blows up. Probably blew out both of your eardrums. You're deaf now, and you're on fire. All right? And your only option is either burning to death or jumping off of basically the equivalent of the top of a brownstone.
So this is why everyone, like, hated my response, because I wasn't upset. I was just like, I mean, I think he never said it wasn't a hard job. He just said it's not the hardest job on the planet. And he compared it to all these other jobs, right? Like 8-year-olds working in sweatshops for 16 hours a day, making literal pennies. And this other job that he's describing that sounds horrific and violent and scary. And so and it was my opinion. Like, I didn't find offense to it, and I didn't disagree with him. I just felt like, okay, but he is comparing it to like super hard labor jobs. And to me, that shows that he does understand that the job is laborious. It's just not as laborious. Is that the word, laborious? As these other jobs that are actually quite literally life risking. That was all I was saying. And I upset some people about it, and it's fine. We're all entitled to our opinions. But he is now, again, giving all these examples of these really hard jobs. And it's like, the man never discredited women, stay-at-home moms, single moms. He never, not once, said, anybody could do your job. He made some fun of it, but he makes fun of everything, just like all other comedians, because that's the definition of their job. But he also put some perspective on it and why he said he didn't agree with Oprah saying it was the hardest job, which is really why I think people were up in arms, is because he had some like valid examples as to jobs that were actually harder. And I think that really set people off. But to me, I was just like, I mean, he's comparing them. He's not comparing you to like everyday jobs, because I think he realizes that those are, if not equal, harder. Your job is harder. He's going to go and put it up against a real deal, crazy life risking job. And to me, that's a compliment. Do with that what you will.
Or jumping off of basically the equivalent of the top of a brownstone. Trying to enter the water without doing the world's biggest flaming belly flop. Right? You land in the water, 2nd and 3rd degree burns in salt water.
Woo!
All right? Pus and blood is oozing into the water, and now all you can do is pray to God that the Coast Guard gets there before a sea of sharks eats you alive.
Much harder than being
all right?
a mom.
You want to do that, or you want to watch Bob the Builder for the 800th time? Lighten up.
I mean, I don't know in relation to when he made that comedy special with that bit and now, and where it fell into him becoming a father, because I know he became a father late in life, but he also has a wife and a child. So I'm sure he understands. Now, maybe he didn't. Maybe that's why his perspective is so harsh, because he hadn't had his daughter yet. But you know what I mean? Like, everybody's gotta just relax. Take things with a grain of salt. You know, this man doesn't even know who you are. So for you to be so personally attacked, I can't believe she wrote that email. And I'm really glad. I really, truly mean that. I'm glad he wrote back. Because sometimes, even if you were in the wrong, sometimes you're just like, ma'am, chill.
And then I wrote, oh, and don't despise or hope the worst for me. That causes premature aging. Hugs. I know, that was kind of mean to say, but you know what? Go fuck yourself. All right, here's another one. Once again, we have to establish credibility at the top of the email. Are you guys ready for the credibility to be established?
Oh, gosh.
Jesus Christ, I know I am.
Oh, gosh.
Here we go.
Oh, gosh.
Bill, I am never appalled or, capital letters, offended by comedy that I see and hear. All capitals this sentence. I have a great sense of humor.
But.
Wow, this is unbelievable. Isn't that amazing, podcast listeners? This person is never appalled or offended by comedy that she sees or hears. She has a great sense of humor. She has such a great sense of humor, people, that she had to yell it at me in emails. All right, so there's no way she had a problem with my act, right?
No.
Let's read the rest of the email. However, oh, Jesus. Your appearance on the David Letterman show that I just watched just put down women and motherhood to an extent that is just downright unbelievable, ... Now she's going to yell again, and tasteless.
You want to know what stuff like this does? It shows, Bill, that you have a lot of time on your hands, unlike the people who are out doing these really hard jobs that he is comparing your job to. That's really what it's showing him, is that you have the time of day to be watching David Letterman, to be writing emails about how upset you are, and to be pressing send on them. And potentially also listening to his podcast. Proving his point. And it's hysterical. It really is hysterical. ...
Now she's going to yell again, and tasteless. Now she yells for the rest of this email, but I'm going to spare you guys.
Like all caps, like Kanye caps?
Read it in soothing tones. But she's screaming the entire time. That's what I'm guessing, because it's all capital letters. This is what she says. I challenge you to be a single parent and raise a child and work and attend college alone without any help. Just in case you don't know what being a single parent means.
But he didn't say anything about single parents, right, in that bit? I could be wrong, because now I've watched it. It's been like 3 months since I watched it. But I think he was just talking about motherhood, like, because that's what Oprah said. I just think, like, you want to be offended, you're going to dig and find something to be offended by, when he actually said nothing about single parents. Did he say anything about single parents? And what about single fathers? Is it just single moms that we should feel like? And this is coming from someone who was a single mom, and I do agree, it was really hard. I wasn't in college, but I was working a very demanding 40 to 80 hour a week job with a child who was in extracurricular activities. We had all kind of stuff going on. I was paying all my own bills. I was doing it all by myself. But still, I understand his point, and I would never be offended by it. So I wonder also, could a single father also have the same grievance, or is it just single moms? Let me know.
All right. You have no idea how hard it really is. I am disgusted with your act. And will not ever buy any of your DVDs, etc.
Who's still buying comedy DVDs?
For the first time in my life, I am disgusted with comedy. Your comedy, that is.
Oh.
I like how she starts speaking like in film noir. I'm disgusted with this comedy. Your comedy, that is. See? Yeah.
Stick it to him.
All right. Your act touched on many topics that you were disgraceful and very unappealing. I think she got so mad she stopped writing sentences. First of all, sweetheart.
Uh-oh.
I wasn't making fun of single parents.
He never said anything.
If I was making fun of single parents, nobody would laugh. I was talking about stay-at-home moms. All right?
First of all.
You don't remember that line? Hanging out all day, making grilled cheese sandwiches. You give in a puppet show, you dress like a dragon, and then some other adult comes home and gives you money. You're like a big kid. That's some other adult coming home giving you money as your fucking husband, you dumb broad. Do I gotta fucking spell it out to you? So I just wrote her back. I just said I wasn't talking about single moms. I was talking about stay-at-home moms. You weren't listening.
And you're not one, so what are you upset about?
Now listen, I'm not going to do this show anymore if I have to put up with this. I'm just kidding. I love these fucking hate mail things. That's all I got. I got two bad emails, and then I had one guy who wrote like a 5-page dissertation on the shirt I was wearing under my suit or something like that, and
Oh, dear God.
then I just went homophobic with him. I just wrote, that's one of the gayest emails I've ever received. Thanks for the fashion advice. Right. And then he wrote back trying to act as if I got a bunch of emails from guys telling me to wear a carnation in my front pocket or whatever the fuck he was saying. And he wrote this big, long, fucking 4-page email. And then I just hit him with, come on, sweetie, don't be like that. And then it ended it.
Yeah, he probably didn't read it. I when anything like that happens, I don't even read it. I can't even. You're not. That time I could spend reading or doing something way better with my day. Oh my gosh. Everyone just relax. For the love of Pete. Ah! Go have the day you deserve. Some of us deserve good days. Bye.